Good afternoon, friends and traders. I am Dan Hodgman. I'm back home, out of the mountains, and this is the market recap. Today was a day. A lot of news coming out. For the first time in a while, I am seeing bipartisan in Congress. And when I say bipartisan, the titles are AOC and Ted Cruz are on the same page with something. That's a big deal. We have all seen what's going on with GameStop. We've all seen what's going on with Robinhood. And this seems to be a large issue at hand, going to Melvin, to Citadel, to Robinhood, down to the smallest guys around. They stopped buying of GameStop so that they can recover some money. That's not cool. I don't care who you are. This is a free market. We're allowed to. Right now, we are seeing what I would just say is pure manipulation. There's going to be major ripple effects from what happened today. I hope none of you guys got caught in that. Personally, I've been watching what's going on with GameStop. Not something I wanted to get in. Risk is too high there for me. But if you guys were involved, then I hope you guys were able to get out. I hope everything's okay. I'm not really thrilled about what we saw happen here today with that. It's happening on multiple different platforms. It does sound like, though, some brokers are out there still doing the right thing. So good on them. I love to hear that stuff. It's not right. It is not right. If you have money in the market, you should be able to do with that what you will. There are times when we have to stop. There are times when risk gets in the way and we do have to stop, and I totally get that. But ultimately, to deny that the way that it was done was not good. All right. Felix, good to see you. Felix and I had a great conversation today, Felix. I really enjoyed that. Tanya, how are you? Magnum, good afternoon. James, good afternoon. Good discipline. Mr. Shines, Mystery Channel, Modestas, step 2 complete today. Hell yeah, congratulations. Love hearing that. Now's where the real work begins. You got through those 2. Now take your time, slow things down. Let's get through this thing. Let's stay in that funded account for a long time. Prima, no 3 amigos this week. Prima, we are in the process of working on some stuff, getting Michael some new equipment. We're seeing this transition with the podcast. We will I'll get back to those as soon as humanly possible. Magnum, HE double hockey sticks must have frozen over for bipartisan I couldn't stop laughing when I saw that. I loved it. Finally, we can just find something to agree on, right? Yes. I mean, you guys are spot on. That's a perfect way of putting it. They were out there literally robbing the hood today. I mean, it's not right. Like I said, there are points when trading can get restricted. Whether you're working for a prop firm, where you're trading someone else's capital, things like that. As a risk manager, you jump in and say you can't do that. But this is not right. This is not right. They don't have that right. They're not the risk manager. They're the brokerage. And if you've got those positions on, if you want to be active in that market, this is a free market to be able to engage. So what happened today, I think, is wrong. But like I said, there's going to be ripple effects. We'll have to see what happens. Sal, good to see you as well. All right. So other than that, stocks moving higher. Let me move that really quick. Stocks moving higher. Crude oil, quite a volatile day, opened up, and man, we broke down, and what I love to see, came and checked overnight lows. Equities moved higher, but really, S&Ps, if you guys remember last week, we looked at that 38.20. My charts are untouched from last week when we drew that on there. We checked it and broke back down. Same with NASDAQ. NASDAQ moved higher and just stumbled over. Gold, just like crude, came and checked those overnight lows. Currency's relatively quiet since the open, but we'll take a look at those here shortly. I hope you guys have all had a great day. I hope you guys are looking into what's going on. Like I said, I think with this stuff that's going on with Robinhood, with GameStop, there's some big things that are going to happen about this. that people are going to we're going to learn some things. Maybe some stuff will come out. I don't know. But there's going to be major ripple effect here. We know there's going to be some federal intervention. There's got to be. They're at least under a scrutiny. Robinhood's had some issues this year. I think this is kind of that nail in the coffin. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll make things right. Let's see here. What about algorithm trading? Not sure what you mean. If you mean with the Robinhood stuff, I'm unsure. Steven, I'm pro step. Nice. Congratulations. Hopefully things are going well there for you. I make $2,000 in demo in 2 days. All right. Let's get that into the real money accounts. Let's see what we can do there. Dan, your 4-hour and 20 period long-term channel. Killer. All right. Love hearing that stuff. Speaking of 4-hour, I was very in tune on the 4-hour. I was looking at the Great British Pound today. The 4-hour looked really nice there. All right. On that note, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at these charts, see what we got going on here today, and we'll go from there. All righty. As always, we start with crude oil, which, like I said, crude oil opened up high this morning. We were really darn close to this week's high. We were actually tested above it in the overnight session. That market opened up, and this is what I love to see when we see these long wicks. A couple in a row, that's telling us something. That's telling us we are running out. We're looking to see this market move lower and did exactly that, and this was a great setup. Moved right down to settlement price. Like we've said 1,000 times, settlement's going to be one of two things. It's going to be a springboard or it's going to be an accelerant. This market accelerated right through. And gosh, how gorgeous is this? Moving right to overnight low. Overnight lows, overnight highs. I talk about them a lot. I like those levels. Felix and I talked about them today. Good levels to look at, and this really set up nicely. We accepted into yesterday's value area, moved down to settlement price and point of control, accelerated through that, moved through overnight or yesterday's value area low, right down to overnight lows, and held. Great opportunity, minimal risk involved in a trade just like that. Next, let's go ahead and look at the S&P 500, which had a nice opening rally this morning. And like I said, remember last week, we put this on here, 38.20. We put this line up here last week to say, as the market approaches this, let's look for some opportunity. Well, last couple of days, we've had opportunity as the market traded around it. And this morning, we opened up, and the rally was on, blowing through yesterday's point of control up to value area ahead. That would have been kind of my thoughts. Maybe we can cover the extremes of yesterday's value area once we accepted in it. Well, it wasn't enough. It needed to keep going, and it moved right up to 38.23, 38.20. The level we were talking about last week came into play really nicely again here today. And what was nice about this, if you stayed in that trade, it really gave you a lot of time to make that decision to say, looks like this is running out of steam, and get out of our trades there. Again, we're looking at these levels. We're keeping these levels in mind because they've created opportunity multiple times over the last week to create opportunity to and from these levels. That's what we want to look at. That's how we want to find areas to at least trade to or trade from. Next, let's go ahead and look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, just like S&P 500, opened up this morning, rallied right up to value area low yesterday. Took a minute to get in. It hesitated just slightly, but as soon as it accepted in, we had a slight little pullback, and it gave us a chance to really get in on a really nice asymmetric trade. We could have gotten in on this trade, rallied it right up to point of control, and then it held. And that's personally probably where I would have said, all right, we're starting to slow down. This is a great profitable trade. Risk was minimal. We could have taken it out there unless we were patient, and we could have run this thing right up to yesterday's value area high. Man, funny how these things work out. If you don't have value areas on your chart, put them on there. They are always extremely beneficial, in my opinion. So the market rallied up to the value area high yesterday and then came right back down to value area low yesterday. And we pretty much have held the same value area for now the last 2 days. Next, let's go ahead and look at the gold. Gold, just like crude oil, opened up this morning on the highs. And just like crude oil, was struggling to find buyers. Sellers overpowered this thing and pushed it. Gosh, funny how this works. Down to settlement price. Accelerated through settlement price to yesterday's value area low. And look at that. We continued to check overnight lows. Fell just shy. But truthfully, where I'm paying attention is this value area low. The market really set up nicely. Now, if you took the short from up above, and you maybe had to take a little bit of risk. Maybe you're taking $5 of risk on a trade like this. We can see, so let's just say we go ahead and hop in at 1863. We got $5 of risk. We're putting risk up at 1868 because we're kind of keeping an eye on where that initial swing high was. And we're putting a stop up at 68. And again, this is just looking at what I'm seeing right now. Hindsight, right? It's always easier to trade in hindsight. We take that short from 63. Where are we looking for profit? Well, 63, we can see down to 51, yesterday's value area high. That's giving us more than 10 points. Our risk to reward here is, our risk is 1, our reward is 2. That's stuff we like to see. That there says this is an asymmetric trade. It's an opportunistic trade. We can take that trade and maybe it's a little bit more risk than we're used to. But that sometimes is part of what we're looking at in trading. And maybe you could have caught it a little bit higher to keep that risk a little bit tighter. But those are just some things that we want to keep in mind when we're looking at these markets. Next, let's go ahead and look at the currencies and get on out of here. Euro this morning, off the opened up nicely, rallied up. And I like where it came. It came to an area, a level that this market has been quite pivotal at. So when we just throw on a little bit of a line here, this market came right up to an area that has created opportunity. We broke down, rallied off of it. We broke down to it. We moved through it. We reacted around it. We rallied up to it, broke through, moved back down, gave a chance again. And just like today, we rallied right up to that area. Again, it's not a finite level. These are areas that we want to look at. It can be 5, 6, 7, 10-point ranges sometimes. But they're areas that we can look at to watch some order flow, watch market reaction, and try and find some opportunity to and from these levels. These levels are vital. The vital levels are important to utilize. Can't stress that one enough. I use them way too much. And lastly, let's go look ahead and look at the yen. Relatively quiet day. We started near our overnight lows. We rallied right up to our overnight highs, and that was the move. A lot of chop getting up there, but nonetheless, that's what we got here in our markets here today. I hope you guys have all had really a great day. Again, lots that has happened here today, and not just in the futures market, but things that we want to be paying attention to. Good news. Novavax says COVID vaccine is more than 89% effective. So continuing to get some good news on the vaccine front. Now, the scary part is there is news coming out that there's a new strain of COVID-19 that has been found. We've heard about it in the UK. There's currently an apparent case in South Carolina. Hopefully we can keep that all contained and we can get this one vaccine. We can all be done with this. And then 2 years from now, we're looking back saying, man, I'm glad that year is over. Fingers crossed we get to that point. All right. So let's take a quick glance at our purchases here today. Start with Airbnb. Let me just find the right. Here we go. We bought Airbnb, if we recall, on January 6th at $148.30. And today, $187.37. So we're in some good money there. Also, now let's go ahead and look at our Bitcoin. If you guys recall, we bought Bitcoin at 34,515. We are still not doing well here right now at the moment, trading $32,870. So we got those, but we're going to continue to keep an eye on this Tesla, and we're going to touch on GameStop as well because we got to keep an eye on GameStop. So right now, from just shy of $500 down to $193. Volatile market today when it comes to GameStop. But right now, trading $193 in Tesla 835, still just a strong stock over there. And then lastly, our VIX. VIX has spiked a little bit. VIX is trading at 29. Lots going on, right? We've seen volatility the last 2 days. We obviously spiked the other day up to about 30, just shy of 33, 33. We saw the big break. We saw a big rally. We're seeing volatility, concerns of what's going on with GameStop, probably adding to this. President Biden signing a lot of executive orders. So lots that is changing. We got to keep an eye on all that stuff. All right. Now, lastly, quick note tomorrow, no major economic releases. We do have personal income and outlays coming out at 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Other than that, it looks like not too bad of a day. Chicago PMI, pending home sales index. There's a couple things coming out, but no major movers to keep an eye on. And lastly, state and history. Obviously, it's a sad day. It is the anniversary of the Space Shuttle Challenger exploding after its liftoff that took place in 1986. So, sad day there. And I think I had one other one. No, I don't. Thought I did. That's all I got for us here today. On that note, everybody, really fun podcast came out today, so definitely go check that out. Let us know what you think. I really enjoyed that one. Then, if you didn't check, I hope you guys were all in the Top Step Expo. We had that today. That was a lot of fun. John will be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. And other than that, that's what I got, guys. I hope you all had a great week so far. I sure have. It's been nice kind of traveling a little bit. Just seeing some stuff in here. I need to know about advantage of using scientific method for trading strategy, if is possible. Need some more information on that one. Several new strains, UK, South Africa, and Brazil. Already. Okay. Thanks for sharing that information, Tanya. Let's keep an eye on all that stuff. And if you can keep the group abreast of what's going on, anything you guys see, make sure you're sharing it in the chat here, and we'll keep plugging along. James, great. Oh, thanks, James. I appreciate that. And Lee, if the SEC can remove the one-up rule, they can put limits on volatility. We'll see what happens. We'll continue to see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and sign on out of here. I will see you guys next week. It's the weekend just about, so you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, trade smart, trade well. I look forward to seeing you guys all in the markets. Take care, everybody.